An Introduction to Value Exchanges. I'm Dr. Michael McCrimmon, CEO and Managing Partner of M2 Leadership Institute. In this video, we take an introductory look at the concept of value exchanges. Value exchanges are the common language used to describe expectations, a necessity in order to properly manage expectations in relationships and partnerships. I believe that you'll find this topic applicable to any type of relationship, be it personal or business in nature. With that, let's get started. A good starting point is to answer the question exactly what is a value exchange. A value exchange is the intersection point between two entities that are interacting to achieve some goal or objective. I keep intentionally using the term entities instead of individuals because relationships or value exchanges can exist not only between two individuals, but two organizations and even two corporations, and that is the focus of our discussion. There are three types of value exchanges, and to understand each exchange and its relationship to the other two types, we use something called a value exchange continuum. The value exchange continuum is a tool used to identify and calibrate the intersection point of value between two or more parties. The continuum and its three levels allows us to paint a concrete picture for the different type of value exchanges there can be between parties, and most importantly, it allows us to use a common language in identifying and relating to the different types of value created by parties. Here are three levels or value exchanges. Level 1 is described as transactional, Level 2, improvable, and Level 3, transformational. Let's take a closer look at these three levels. Level 1, or the transactional level, is the fundamentally basic level where the interaction is fairly simplistic and direct. Webster's defines transactional as an exchange or transfer of goods or services, and in actuality it is that simple and uncomplicated. You find someone to do something that you know how to do or make yourself, but for a price they do it for you faster and cheaper than you could do it yourself. The next value exchange is Level 2, or improvable, meaning a process of change or improvement done better by one entity than another. Level 2 takes the basic service or interaction in Level 1 and improves it to where it is better than you could do yourself. It tends to be more involved than Level 1, so there's more time involved and typically more costs. So the price point for something in the improvable value exchange costs slightly more than Level 1 transactional. The third value exchange is Level 3, or transformational. Transformational is defined as a change in composition or structure, to change the outward form or appearance, to change in character or condition, or to convert. Level 3, or transformational, takes the Level 2 item or service and completely changes or modifies it to be an entirely different thing. This new thing is much better than the previous iteration, but transformation tends to be expensive, so the price point can be steep. At the same time, the resulting product or service is normally dramatically better and in an entirely different category than the previous product or service. So those are the three common value exchanges. There are some schools of thought that offer a fourth type of value exchange called unique. In a unique value exchange, both parties are equally contributed into a joint venture with equal risk and reward. This type of value exchange is very rare, and as such, I usually limit my discussion of value exchanges to the three previously mentioned, remembering that there can be one more all-in type of value exchange which is named appropriately unique because it is very rarely seen. Let's use a cup of coffee to understand about the three levels or value exchanges inside the value exchange continuum. If we were to look for value exchange Level 1, or transactional cup of coffee, we could consider McDonald's as a place to start. At McDonald's, you walk in, ask for a cup of coffee, and pay $1. The server/cashier takes your money, turns around, pours a cup of coffee from one of two carafes, regular coffee or decaf coffee. The server places a lid on the coffee and places it on the counter. From there, you have the option to place cream, sugar, or any other additive you'd like. There's not much talking, no frills, no additional service. The vendor does the same thing that you would do at home, but has the ability to do it cheaper and faster. That's transactional. Dunkin' Donuts is an example of the next value exchange, level 2, or improvable. Improvable is just what it infers, the improvement of a service that a customer can do for themselves. At Dunkin' Donuts, they offer that same black cup of coffee, but they make it better or improve the service to the customer because they're willing for a small additional fee to put the cream, sugar, and additives in, etc. for you. The McDonald's transactional cup of coffee costs roughly 99 cents, while the Dunkin' Donuts same size cup might be $1.50. Some people are desirous of having the service provider perform additional service for the additional cost over the transactional cup of coffee because of convenience, expertise. Maybe they just make a better cup of coffee than the buyer feels they can make for themselves. Taking a service and improving on it for a slight increase in price, that's improvable. To look at our last type of value exchange, level 3, transformational, let's use Starbucks in our coffee example. In transformational, the service provider takes the basic cup of coffee found in transactional, goes past the addition of incremental service improvement, and completely changes or revolutionizes the original cup of coffee. How do they do that? Have you ever heard of a caramel macchiato? Instead of just black coffee with cream and or sugar, they take a coffee mug, add vanilla syrup, and steam milk. Then they top with milk foam and add freshly brewed espresso through the foam. Drizzle with caramel sauce, and you pay $4 for this transformed coffee drink. Where is the added value? Well, the barista, the maker of the drink, typically knew you or addressed you by name, told you what region of Colombia the coffee beans in the espresso came from, and then demonstrated a level of expertise in making a high-end coffee drink. The knowledge exchange and the expertise demonstrated are what make people who want a transformational cup of coffee line up, pay $4, and wait 5 minutes or so for that coffee drink to be delivered. That's transformational. One can easily see how important value exchanges are, particularly in managing expectations. If one paid $4 for transformational Starbucks coffee and got a transactional McDonald's cup of coffee, most likely that party would feel that they were cheated. On the other hand, if a person came in and was charged 99 cents for a coffee at Starbucks and received a caramel macchiato instead of just basic coffee, the service provider would feel that they got cheated in the exchange. That's how it works. To manage expectations for both parties, it's important to understand what the expected value exchange is for what is occurring between two parties. That's why value exchanges are so important to understand. Remember, our goal at the M2 Leadership Institute is to take your best and make it better. Thanks for watching.